why did Poppy lie about the Hour of Joy? That's the question we need to be asking, because in chapter 3, she made one thing very clear. The prototype was responsible. According to her, it was his plan all along. The factory's toys turning against the workers in an act of unthinkable carnage. However, now that we've traversed a lot of Playtime Co., things do not quite add up. The evidence we've uncovered suggests that Poppy's version of events is not entirely true, especially the untitled tape that we find after the Doughy fight. In it, Poppy recounts the prototype's order to stay in the factory, emphasizing that no one can leave. She expresses her hatred for him, despite admitting she agrees with his reasoning. She also voices her regrets over the grim necessity for the other toys to feed on the bodies. Finally, she mourns over her father's absence, remembering how he always knew what to say, how the factory was better under his leadership, and how she misses him.
I thought we were gonna leave the factory, not this. Prototype says we can't leave. Not now, not ever. I hate him. I hate him, and I hate this place, and I hate that he's... Right. He explained everything, and he's right. What they did to us, we can't ever let it happen to us or anyone ever again. Doesn't make me feel better about the bodies, though. The toys will starve otherwise. They'll die, but it's still disgusting. I wish you were here, Dad. You'd know what to say. When you were running this place, you always knew what to say.
There's confirmation that she's played a much bigger role in what happened than she wants us to believe. Her role to play in the Hour of Joy is revealed in chapter 4 when we are stuck in a shaft with Kissy, Missy, and Poppy. We're talking to the prototype, and he reveals to us that Poppy's role in the Hour of Joy is much bigger than what she told us. When she asks him, "How much do you know?" he says to her, "Everything." She ends up freaking out and leaving before the floor beneath us explodes. We're left to fall deeper into the factory as Kissy tries desperately to save us, our only ally, putting us before herself. So, if she's lying about her role in the Hour of Joy, what is she trying to hide? The Hour of Joy was not just an isolated moment of chaos. It was a turning point for everything that followed. Playtime Co. had already been experimenting with so many toys, pushing the boundaries of the Bigger Bodies initiative further than anyone could have imagined. The result? A complete breakdown of orders within the factory, workers being slaughtered, and the factory itself becoming the horrifying ruin we now explore. But was it truly an uncontrolled disaster, or was it something intentional, something planned? If the Hour of Joy was a deliberate event, then the real question is, who set it in motion? Poppy wants us to believe that it was the prototype, but let's look at what we know. Near the ending of chapter 3, she presents the Hour of Joy tape and tells us to watch it, that we deserve to know the truth. She paints herself as the victim, someone who barely escaped with her life when all the chaos began. She is careful to frame the prototype as the ultimate villain, the one who made it all happen. But in chapter 4, the deeper we look, the less her story makes sense. To understand what happened, we first need to break down the evidence we've uncovered. The prototype's main function appears to be collecting and reconstructing parts of the toys we've killed. That has been his primary objective from the beginning. But if that's the case, then does it make sense for him to have triggered the Hour of Joy? His behavior suggests that he is more interested in gathering and utilizing what was left after the chaos, not initiating it himself. However, there is one thing that puts Poppy in cuffs while setting the prototype free: independence. The prototype does not seem to have as much freedom as Poppy. Yeah, we did see him grab Mommy Longlegs and Catnap, yet Poppy disappeared for almost an entire chapter and a half and seems to have the most freedom out of everyone. It does not fit the MO of the prototype. Let's also take a moment to talk about the messages outside Poppy's glass case. If she was truly just an innocent victim, time, why would someone take the time to write ominous warnings around where she was kept? It suggests that even before the Hour of Joy took place, there were individuals inside Playtime Co. who did not trust her, and that distrust bleeds into the toys themselves. When Mommy Longlegs captures Poppy, she doesn't just treat her like another experiment. There's resentment in her words.
Isn't this exciting, Poppy? Very exciting, Mommy. Instead, why don't we make a game out of it? The game station is still working. It will be just like old times. And if you win all 3 games, I'll give you the train code. Mommy loves that idea, Poppy.
It's as if Poppy had done something to earn the hatred of the factory's most powerful creations. If Poppy was truly innocent, why would she be seen as an enemy? And then there's her behavior throughout the game. From the moment she's freed, she only gives us information on her terms. She picks and chooses what she wants to tell us. She directs us exactly where she wants us to go. And most importantly, she withholds key details that would help us better understand what the heck is going on. If she was truly on our side, why the need to be so secretive? Why would she feel the need to control the narrative? This brings us to the most important question. Why would Poppy lie? I mean, the gentle voices do lie. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? If she was involved in the Hour of Joy, then she would directly be responsible for everything that happened. The massacre, the factory's downfall, and the horrors we now uncover piece by piece. That would mean she isn't just a passive observer. She is a key player. And if that's the case, then it is in her best interest to make sure we never fully learn the truth. By blaming the prototype, she effectively erases her own role from its history. She makes herself seem like the victim rather than a perpetrator. And that makes it easier for her to manipulate us into helping her. Because if we know the full extent of what she'd done, would we still trust her? Would we still follow her guidance without question? It is also important to remember that Poppy wasn't just another experiment. She was the first success. The first time Playtime Co. managed to experiment with humans into a toy. That made her unique and valuable. And that also means she likely has more awareness of what is happening than any other toy or antagonist we've faced. If she was the key to Playtime Co.'s work, then it stands to reason that she may have had a large hand in bringing about the Hour of Joy. Maybe she saw it as a way to free herself from the company. Maybe she believed it was the only way to end the experiments once and for all. Or she had an entirely different motive we have not yet uncovered. This leaves us with serious implications for Chapter 5. If Poppy has been lying to us about the Hour of Joy, then what else has she lied about? For one, it raises major questions about the prototype. We've only seen glimpses of him, but rarely heard his side of the story. What if Poppy has been controlling the narrative all along? What if we'd been led to believe he's the villain, when in reality, he's been trying to stop something worse? Theory coming soon, by the way. Y'all better stay tuned.
Poppy told you her story, of course. Innocence is bliss, and she is oh so innocent. Did she tell you her part of the Hour of Joy? That she knew it was coming? Or did she leave out that crucial detail? Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. Has she not strung you along, betrayed you, and told you only what you needed to know to do exactly as he asked?
And then there's the issue with Sawyer. Could she be working with him? Or at the very least, using his information and knowledge to further her own agenda? And then there's Playtime Co. itself. If Poppy still believes in their original mission even after everything that happened, then we've been unknowingly helping her further their work. And we have no idea what that can truly entail. The crazy part of all of of this is that no matter how many answers we find, we just end up with more questions. Why does Poppy keep pushing us forward without ever telling us what's going on? Why does she refuse to explain the bigger picture? What is she guiding us toward? And what happens when we get there? At the end of the day, all we know for sure is that Poppy isn't telling us everything. She claimed the prototype was responsible for the Hour of Joy, but the evidence says otherwise. And if she's willing to lie about something that massive, then we have to ask ourselves this one question: when will we stop being another pawn in her game? After all, the sweetest dolls always seem to have the darkest secrets.